Konicheebye and welcome to Gameplay Analysis, where we will walk through and analyze high elo solo queue rank games. Charging into this week's video, I will be playing as Thane. This is the lineup for this match and my team consists of 3 tanks, 1 bruiser and 1 marksman. I picked Thane for this matchup because of how weak Slims can be when facing a dive. I will be able to help peel any divers who are targeting Slims. The primary focus for me in this matchup will be protecting Slims from Zephys, Zenil and Mina. Initiating and diving into the deep of things fully will be my secondary role. In high elo rank games from Diamond and above, supports usually assume a roaming role, resulting in a 1 top, 1 mid, 1 bot and 2 roamers/jungle composition. This ensures that all lanes plus the jungler gets the most amount of EXP possible. As a roaming support, you will help your jungler leash the first wave of jungle creeps. This helps to speed up the jungling clear times as well as protecting your jungler from anyone that has intentions of contesting for his buff. If this is your first time watching how a roaming support leash the jungle, always remember, never steal any experience from your jungler. As you can see, we will always prep the jungle creep ahead of what your jungler is doing, so when the time he walks over, he will only have to spend half as much time killing it than before. At this moment, I noticed that the enemy team will not be making an attempt to contest our jungle, so I leveled Avalon's Fury, which deals more damage and has a shorter cooldown to help clear the jungle faster. Once clearing the jungle, my team rotates to collapse on Illumia at the dragon lane. We notice that she is alone and we take the opportunity to dive her and secure first blood. Because this is solo queue and there is a lack of communication, I didn't expect the Omega to be using Disrupt as his talent, making me pull out of tower range earlier where I could be tanking 1 to 2 hits more. I tried to knock Illumia up before charging her out of her tower, but it failed horribly because she flickered early. Bad play and prediction on my end. Mina then makes a mistake here thinking she could 1 vs 4 us under the tower at level 2. I charge her out of the tower range to ensure that my team doesn't take any more unnecessary tower damage. At this point, Zephys made a late rotation to help his teammate but has been deleted instead. The mistake the enemy team made here was rotating in 1 by 1, allowing us to focus fire them down without much resistance. I did not expect Slims to hit his spear, but thankfully I was able to turn just in time to charge in before the stun ended, resulting in Yon being stunned again from my knockup, even after he flickered away. This was space created because the Abyssal Dragon was coming up shortly. While heading down, we caught sight of Mina, who is just level 4 compared to Slims and Chokner, who were 2 to 3 levels above her. Slims initiates by leaping forward, giving us Q to follow up. He lands a beautiful spear and we dive Mina all the way to the second tower to secure the 2-man advantage for Dragon. After taking Dragon, we noticed Illumia was alone again. We tried to pressure broad as a group of 4. The enemy Zephys and Mina rotate in to counter our attempts of taking bottom tower. We try to harass the opponent team from the side while Omega push from the front. Slims lands a crucial spear yet again, allowing me to ulti and kill the Illumia without having to dive under the tower. Now that Illumia was dead, we knew that we had a 2-man advantage, so we dived Zephys and Mina under the tower. Omega tanks the tower damage while we collapse and eliminate them and the tower. They blew all their skills trying to take down Omega, making it easy for us to clean them up. Yon makes a mistake of rotating in again too late and is caught and served on a silver platter to us. We continue our siege and stealing our opponent's jungle, denying them EXP as well as increasing the distance they had to catch up to us. We made a mistake of overstaying, which placed us in a situation where we were outnumbered and too low to take any fights. I sacrificed myself by retreating in the opposite direction so that Slims can survive. This forces the opponent to decide if it's worth chasing a high priority target like Slims or secure a guaranteed kill like me. While we were fighting and applying pressure on the bottom lane, our Zuka was having an easy time at top bullying Zenu. We noticed that Zuka was in a sticky situation from attempts to steal the opponent's red buff. Chokna, Slims and I rotate to top to help. Chokna reached first and they managed to focus fire to take out the opponent Yon despite being outnumbered in a 2 vs 4 situation. This is a prime example of how important level and gold montage is and how much you can swing a team fight. We eventually made it up to top and dived the remaining opponents. It was unfortunate that it was not a clean trade, and Zuka lost his life because he tanked one too many tower hits. He should have gotten out after starting because I had already followed up and charged in. We were unable to take the tower because there were no lane creeps, so we moved to take our second Abyssal Dragon. Noticing that the opponents were preoccupied by Omega in the mid lane, I made a call to take the Dark Slayer. The opponents noticed that we were attempting Dark Slayer and had closed in on us. Chokna decided to try to buy us some time, but he was not able to take on 4 opponents alone and died before we took the Dark Slayer. We stopped taking the Dark Slayer as Slims had jumped away to safety, but I was stuck in the pit. The opponents decided to try to finish me off to give themselves the man advantage. At this point, Slims had landed a crucial spear hitting Yon at the back lines. The very mobile Zuka notices and rolled past Zephys, Mina and Zenu, who are chasing me, knocking them up before going for Yon. I realized the advantage we would be in if the opponents were stacked together and took the opportunity to charge the 3 of them back towards Yon and Illumia. Immediately, I used my ulti instead of knocking them out because I wanted to make sure that Slims and Zuka had an easier time to finish 3 of them off at lower health. It is also to make the 3 of them hesitant on taking a fight against 2 full health carries at less than 100% capabilities. We managed to get an ace, took down their bottom tier 3 tower and their mid tier 2 tower. We were not going to throw our advantage away, so we went for the safe approach to take out each individual tier tower. Gathered up top and waiting for our team to gather and push, the opponent caught wind that there was only 3 of us and 5 of them, and they engaged on us. I immediately charged away knowing that it would be unwise to fight without our 2 damage dealers. Chokna instead had decided to take out Illumia after popping his ulti. He is brought down to a sliver of health, but once our team realized Slims and Zuka had arrived, it was a full commitment to take them out. Zuka does a good job flanking Yon and Illumia, knowing that killing their carries will leave their underleveled and undergeared tanks left to defend. I charged my ulti onto the whole lot, resulting in the deaths of Yon, Mina and Illumia. Throughout this time, Zenu goes in on Slims and a low Omega. Slims immediately jumps away and I reacted and charged Zenu away from my team. It was a 3-for-1 exchange and we eventually got the top tier 2 tower. With an exposed bottom tier 3 and Omega pushing in top, we decided that this time would be a better opportunity to secure the Dark Slayer to end the game. At this point, Zephys knows what was going down and is trying to disrupt us. Mina comes and backs him up. With some careful positioning, I charged Mina away, which also saved Zuka from being trapped and taunted. At this moment, Chokna and Slims had reinforced, but so did Zenu. It was a 3 vs 4, a disadvantageous fight for the enemy. Their carries were preoccupied by Omega, and they were not able to win in 3 vs 4. This resulted in them getting aced. We had the option of ending the game there or to secure the Dark Slayer, extend our lead and slowly mount a push. I made the mistake of choosing the latter. I thought we would not have enough time due to the death timers, but it is always important to remember that it is almost always unfavorable to force the team to split up. I grouped up with the rest and ended the game. This is where sometimes in solo queue, you are required to make quick fire decisions and sometimes you are not always right. This gameplay analysis shows you how important it is to secure the early game to help snowball your lead and affect the outcome of the match, even though you might just be a support roamer. Thank you for watching and I hope you enjoyed this video. If you'd like to find out more about how I built Thane, it is in the link in the description below. You can follow me on Facebook and Instagram for updates on my Patreon for crash courses or comprehensive hero guides, and on my YouTube for montages, gameplay videos and more. I would like to thank Garena for supporting me as a content creator. Don't forget to subscribe so you won't miss out on my videos. Once again, thanks for watching. This is Konicheebye.